I'm hosting a collab video today with a bunch of other YouTubers on the subject that I get asked a lot about my journey. What did you weigh? How much did you lose? What do you weigh now? That is the burning question that every one of my subscribers asks. So I asked a couple friends to join me along, and they're all listed in the description box below. Let's give them a big thank you for joining me on this collaboration. And once you're done watching my video, I want you to go down there, check a look at every one of their videos and hear their journey. It might just spark something in you to join the WW train or re-inspire you to reignite your love of WW or any weight loss plan that you follow. Also, we're going to explain about our channels. I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you give it a big thumbs up if you do, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell if you want to know when we upload. You don't always have to hit the notification bell. I know sometimes I don't like to hit that bell because sometimes videos pop up, but hey, as long as you subscribe, that makes me happy. So let's get into this, my journey. I hope to post a picture of my before and after. Actually, my after is like 6 months, probably 8 months ago. So I probably should post a new after. But it's my before and after of my face. I don't have too many body shots, but I will insert pictures at the end of the video that I have because I'm not a big picture taker, so you won't really see many before pictures. I'm usually the one taking the pictures, but I do have a few, and I will share them at the bottom. My journey. Well, I've been on the WW bandwagon many times. This is not my, I always say it's not my first go around this rodeo. I'll just go about, I joined a few times, but the last time was probably 2016, May of 2016. My mother had passed away in February of that year. And I knew that I was in dire straits. Like, you just know when you have trouble breathing and trouble moving that it's bad. So I knew I needed to get back. So I finally took myself there. And I walked in, and it's hard. It's hard. I would call it the walk of shame. And a lot of people have a problem with going back because you're embarrassed because you've put on weight. And I always try to say WW is a safe environment, and you should never ever feel bad about going back because it happens to everybody. We all slip and fall. We all gain weight. It happens. And you know what? I always think the best thing you do is go. The people that don't go should be the ones that have the embarrassment because they're not helping themselves. And you should never feel embarrassed going back. And if you can't go back, come join us here in the community. We will definitely help you out. Don't feel like you're ever alone. If that's the case, we're here if you have nothing else. But I walked in there with my tail between my legs, and I had the same leader that I had back in 2013. Back in 2014, I lost 52 pounds. I was down to 201 when I left. I guess I was I didn't lose 50 pounds. I think I was 240 something when I started. So maybe I lost 45 pounds. I think it was 45 pounds. So I walked in, and there she was, and she recognized me, and I'm like, hello, yes, I'm back, obviously. And when you're like not feeling well, and I was just so desperate to go back. I was literally desperate. I was having severe sleep apnea, severe reflux. I was getting arthritis in my back. So it was different, and when doctor always tells you, hon, your back arthritis is coming from your weight, and you're just like, they blame everything on your weight. Oh, your reflux. Well, because you're carrying a little bit extra weight. You're carrying extra weight, and you're like, yeah. Look at you, and you're obese, and that's the first thing that they say. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't think it's my weight, but it was my weight, and I admit that now because now that I don't have the weight, I feel so much better. But let's get back to the story. So I walk in 2016. It was right Mother's Day weekend. I think that was it was the Saturday before Mother's Day. And I went in and tail between my legs on May of 2016. I walked in, and she was so welcoming, and and then I got on the scale, and she scratched off because it still has you registered in there, so it had my plus 70, because I must have been 200 when I left because I was 270. I had the plus 70, so she scratches it out so I don't see it, but I knew what it was. I knew what I weighed when I was there. So she says, don't worry about that. I'm like, so I go into the meeting, and I remember thinking to myself, I was the biggest girl in the room. I knew I was the biggest girl in the room that day. And that's when I had the big, you get that triple belly, as I call it, the lower belly, the middle belly, and the upper belly, the one that's under your boobs. And I remember holding my hands, they were all the way out to like here, and sitting there, and I had a black shirt on. I thought I looked good in that black shirt. I did. And I remember sitting back there, and she calls on, yeah, what made you walk through the door? And I'm like, I can't stand myself anymore. I can't stand the way I feel anymore. I feel so uncomfortable. And she's like, welcome back. And I didn't know many of the people in that meeting because I had gone to a Tuesday morning meeting. This was a Saturday morning. So I didn't really know anybody, which was kind of hard because when you don't, it's easier to, I always say this a lot of times, it's easier to go with a friend. It is, because they make you go and they drag you there and you don't feel like you're alone. And I didn't know anybody in the room. So I kind of felt alone, but I still went because I was desperate, and I knew that if I didn't get help, I don't know what was going to happen. My mother had just died. She was in her mid 70s, 74, and she had a really big weight problem. She had lymphedema. Her legs were like the size of tree trunks, that she couldn't walk the last probably year and a half, clearing all the fluid. And I kept thinking, I don't want to be like that. I don't want people having to help me. I didn't want that. And I'm thinking, here I am. I was just turned, I think then I was 50. 26, yes, I was 50. I was going to be 50 that year. I was still 49. And I thought, this is my 50th year. I'm going to be 50 and fabulous if it kills me. I was determined. And I just went in there. And, I thank God I went in there because it saved my life, literally. Because that summer I had gone for a sleep apnea test. And the doctor got the results. And I went to several different doctors, but I finally got to the one who took my insurance, because as we know, insurance is a pain in the neck. And he looked at my results and he said, do you realize you were having 99 episodes every hour? I'm like, ooh. He goes, we treat 30. So I had triple the amount that they treat. So I said, wow, if that's bad, I guess I must be dead. He said, with this test result, I don't think in 6 months you'd have been here. I'm like, that's hard to hear. You're like, 6 months you'd been dead if you didn't get help. I had also had to go for a liver ultrasound. I had a fatty liver. My liver studies were up. So it was a bad year, that 16. A lot of things went wrong. So I started on the plan. This was Smart Points when I joined. Yes, it was just Smart Points. And I was on Points Plus back when I was on before. So this was a whole different program, totally different program. It's kind of hard to adjust because Points Plus was different than Smart Points. Smart Points, it's all about the protein and low sugar. So a lot of things that I would go to were now high in points, and the points were different. And I was just like a little confused, I found it hard to adjust. And I remember thinking I didn't like the plan, but it was just the fact that you're just used to one plan. So it's not like, don't give up, because you just need to just try it. And you have to give it a chance. As I sat there, and then I lost consecutively from then to usually after Labor Day. I think after Labor Day was my first. I think Labor Day weekend might have been my first gain, and it wasn't even a gain of much. But by the time I hit 50 pounds, it was in right around Thanksgiving. I hit 50 pounds, and I was thrilled. I was just thrilled. Then I was then I would have been 220, 30, 40, 50, yeah. I guess, yeah, wow. So I was so thrilled. And then for some reason I stalled at that. I probably got up the next 6 months. I think I got to 58 pounds. So between November and June, it was probably another 8 pounds, which I was just going back and forth. I guess I just wasn't really focused. And then I still stayed there till the following October. So October of 2017. Yes, that was 2017. And then I was just playing with the same 5 pounds. I think we've all been there. You gain 2, you lose 3. You gain 1, you lose 1.5 pounds. It was just, but I was still within that safe 5 pound bracket. I was going up and down. I was maintaining what I lost, but I just wasn't moving. And I was just thinking to myself, here, I'm paying this money. It's not going anywhere. I thought I just needed a break. So I quit. I called up and I discontinued my membership. And I thought, you know what? I can do this on my own. How hard could it be? Well, you know how hard it was. I thought I was doing good, as we all think we are. And I thought I was making good choices and eating, bigger portions, smaller portions. That was always been my problem, has been portion size. Big part of my problem. And because once I had the reflux, I've had reflux. I had my gallbladder out 20 years ago. So I've suffered stomach problems ever since with reflux. So I've never eaten past 6 o'clock. So nighttime eating was never a problem because I knew I couldn't eat or I'd feel like crap. So I've stopped eating at night years ago. So that's never been my battle. My battle's usually in the afternoon. my like second portion at dinner, mid-afternoon snacks, just liking food, basically. So I was away from WW, from, like I said, and then Jones Pointed Plate, she's in this collaboration, called me up in the end of January, and she said, listen, what night do you go to Weight Watchers? And I'm like, oh, I don't. Why? She just goes, I just had this health scare, and I saw myself in a picture that I didn't like, and I need to go. So I thought I'd just come along with you, and I said, well, listen, I'm glad you called because I need to go back. Because I had been getting on the scale, and I said it just was going up and up, and I thought I just couldn't do it, and I thought maybe this is the push, maybe this is the sign I need. So she says, so we decided to go. Tuesday nights worked out good, and what worked out even better was the same coach who had Saturday morning had Tuesday night. So I was happy to go back to her. Name is Mary Lou. And so I was happy to go back to her because you kind of get into a good place with your coach. And if you really bond with your coach and trust your coach and she motivates you, so you want to stick with her. And I loved her, and it was never anything with her. It was more me, and I knew that. That's why I wanted to go back. And she's a lot of fun, and she sings and she dances and she's crazy. And I liked that about her. So we started on Fat Tuesday, the day before. In that year of 2017, it was the 13th of February. I remember that. It was Fat Tuesday. So yeah, girlfriend ate her face off. It was Fat Tuesday. You know, I'm like, yeah, I ate all day. So when I went in Tuesday night of 2017, Fat Tuesday, I weighed 247. Now it was up probably a little bit more because I did eat, and I got, of course, we all weighed for some of their heavy clothes on. I had jeans and shoes, and I didn't, you know, we don't wear jeans and shoes to get weighed. So, but that day I didn't care because that was my first weigh-in. So the first week, now mind you, it started freestyle. So freestyle, when I joined, freestyle had started that 2 months prior to that. I thought I only stayed, but it is what it is at this point. So freestyle started. So I started February 13th of 2017 on Weight Watchers Freestyle. Weighed in at 247. So I gained 25 pounds. I think I was 225, I think, when I left. So it's 247. So it's like 22 pounds, something like that. So first week on freestyle, I lost 10.2 pounds. I was like, but I do think a lot of it was A, the clothes, and B, that I ate my face off, because I normally don't never eat that much. But I did follow the plan. So I have never looked back ever since. So from February to now, so now we are July of 2019, so it's a year and 6 months. I've lost a total of 103 pounds. Now mind you, when I went back, she put my weight back in because it started me at 0, but since I was only a few months away, she put me back to where I was, so still had me at whatever I had lost. I don't remember what that was now, but so she said, because it was 3 months, I'm putting it back. You know, you had already lost it. You technically lost it within the same time period. So that is why the numbers might seem a little bit different, because of the extra, not the extra, but what I lost before I left. She put that back in. It was only one up being, like I said, 27 pounds. So for probably from February of 2017 to now, I've probably lost 72 pounds. So that's still a lot of weight. So yeah, it's been crazy. And freestyle is definitely different. It's very, I mean, it's smart points with the 0 point foods. That's why I try to tell people. They're like, what's the difference between smart points and freestyle? 0 point foods. Other than that, the points are the same. So if you're a big, you know, it's just, you're getting the zeros, the chicken and the beans and the fish. So, and the bananas and the eggs and the 0 fat Greek yogurt. So all that is 0, and that wasn't 0 in smart points. That was points. So a lot of people who have, I always say that to people who have problems not losing on freestyle, encounter your 0 point foods, or don't overdo them. I don't overdo my 0 point foods. I don't think, you know, you're giving a girl with a food issue free food. Yeah, I don't know how that's working out. It's not. So today, yeah. So I started at 270, and I am now 166.4, I think. So I have, my goal is 156. That is, I'm almost 5'4". We call myself 5'4". So my goal would have been 146, the end of the goal range. I give you a range. and you pick, and of course I'm going to pick the last number. Come on. We're talking about a girl who's been heavy for 40 years. I've had a weight issue since puberty. I've never, ever, ever, ever been normal. I've always been the chubby girl, the pretty plus at Sears, husky, you know, I've always been that. So that's always been me. So that's always say, to be anything lighter would be crazy and non-maintainable. So I belong to a franchise in Philadelphia. So they allow a 10-pound note from a doctor who'll give you that weight. They'll allow for 10 pounds. So that makes my goal 156 instead of 146. I wish it would have taken a 20-pound note because I would have taken this. Because right now I feel really, really good, and I feel this is a weight I can maintain. Do I think I can maintain 156? You know, we'll see. And you guys are going to be here along with me. So that is my stats. That is my journey. Any questions that I might have missed or you have, you please leave them in the description box. This is my WW channel. Why did I start this channel? That is the next part of this journey, this video. I've always loved watching, even when I started WW back in 2016, I started watching YouTube. And I watched a lot of channels. And like Amanda Seipert was one of them. Classically Molly, she was not Classically Molly then. I watched Jess's Journey to Healthy. I believe she's been around a while. I've watched several. These are the ones that just come to mind. And I've always, you know, I love the vlog type channels. I like to listen to how people's day's going, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, what, you know, what insights they can give me. And of course, you know, what tips they can give you, because let's face it, we all need tips. We all need cheats. We all need ways to find low point foods and to satisfy the craving for this and the craving for that. Because, you know, we want to be successful. We want to continue, and we just need help. And we can never, I always say, you can never do anything alone. You always need help. And don't be embarrassed to ask for help. I always say that if you ever have a question, please let me know. And so I've always watched these channels, and I thought, I can do that. I can talk. I can, you know, I love to talk. And I always thought, and how I did it in the car was, you know, I'm going to admit this out loud, but I talk to myself in the car. Yeah. I don't know why I do, but I do. I'm thinking to myself, I can do that and videotape it. And people get worried, oh my God, you're driving. When I sit there and tell you, I do not look at the camera. Hence, sometimes it falls crook. I don't even notice because I'm driving. And you see me tell all other cars because I'm annoyed. So that is how and I have 10 minutes in the morning, close to 15, depending on how slow I drive, to work. And that is the free time that I have. And I don't go on any highways. It's just all back, you know, it's back streets to my job. I have a teacher's aide. And, I have time to kill in the morning on the way in, and I have things I want to get off my chest. So that is, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a channel. I want to like explain to people how WW works and what worked for me, what I hear, what I feel, how it goes, because I would want to hear the truth. And I cut to the chase. I don't sugarcoat this channel. I don't tell you things to make you feel good. I tell you the truth. And the truth sometimes hurts, and the truth is hard to hear. It is hard. It's really hard to do a weight loss journey. It's hard to do a lifestyle change. Change is hard. And when you're in a pattern for things, or you're used to, and especially when it's about food, because food is good, and food is delicious, and it's nourishing, and you're denying yourself things that, you know. And I thought I could share all my struggles, because maybe there's somebody out there going through the same thing that I am. Maybe somebody can get why I'm doing this. Maybe somebody could help me as much as I help them. And so it used to be called A Daily Dose of Denise. That's how it started. And then somebody had told me that they couldn't find me, that there was an exercise. I can't remember how it came about. And I'm thinking, there is. I didn't think to check if somebody had the name. I am a newbie, can you tell? So I went and I Googled it. It was Denise Austin. Her channel was called A Daily Dose of Denise. So I could have kept it, because it's not like there's any infringements on sharing me, but I thought I didn't want people going to their own channel. I wanted people to find me easier. So, I mean, I hadn't been doing videos that long when I changed the name. I would say maybe a month, maybe a month and a half at the most. So I thought I had to think of something, and I thought Dish with D. I don't really like to be called D. It was really funny. Somebody said, you're Dish with D? You hate to be called D. I said, I know. But Denise, so I kind of live with it. But daily, I figured Dish, it could be like we dish, we talk, and Dish could be like created foods, and foods, I try to share my food, and I thought, I can go a little bit both ways, you know, dish, so I kind of like that. And so that's how Dish with D came about. And so it was just a little like, and it really has blossomed, and I've been very accepted by a lot of people, and I thank you all who get my journey. And it's just I'm just a girl, I'm just a wife, I'm just a mom, just a teacher's aide doing her life, and you know, putting my weight loss journey out there. I don't really share too much other of my life because my family doesn't really want to be involved. So it's really just me and my weight loss journey, and if I could help somebody else out, then so be it. And it helps me to, I always find saying, one of the things I've learned, when you say something out loud, it becomes true. So when I said my weight out loud for the first time on film to people, nobody knew what I weighed. My husband didn't even know what I weighed. He never knew what I weighed, because we don't tell our husbands what we weigh. Can I get a high five on that one? An amen? We don't. But being that I felt thin, I wasn't thin, I am not thin, but when you're 270 and then you're 175 or 178, you feel like a movie star. You feel like a model. You feel like, what? So the fact that I say my weight out loud, I'm not embarrassed by what I weigh anymore. Even though I still weigh a lot in the, you know, real world, I weigh but oh, she's still fat. I don't feel fat. And if you want to think I'm fat, that's you can, but I know what fat is. So and to say, when you own it and you say it, it changes everything. It changed everything. When I owned that my weight caused my sleep apnea, my weight caused my reflux, my weight caused my arthritis in my back, I finally said it out loud. I owned it, and so much. My weight has actually, I've done better on my weight loss journey once I've said it out loud. It's hard to say it out loud. It's hard to admit to ourselves that we're hurting ourselves. But I'll just say me. I hurt myself by eating too much. I couldn't climb on a chair to get something off the shelf. That's how sad my life was. I remember thinking I had to get and it wasn't that high. I should have been able to get right up. And I remember I put my hands on like the doorknob and the counter and tried to get up, and I couldn't. And I remember thinking to myself, this is embarrassing. Am I old? Is that why I can't do it? Am I won't be 50? No, I was too heavy. That is why. I could get up on the chair without holding on to anything right now. I fly up on the chair right now. I could bend down. I could tie kids' shoes. At school, people laugh like, look at her getting down. I have no problem getting down tying shoes. I tie shoes all the time. Before, it was very hard to get down and tie shoes. I couldn't get up. And because why? Because of my weight. And I couldn't admit that then. And when I see pictures, there's a few pictures in the yearbook, and I'm like, that was me. I didn't see myself like that. I thought I looked good. Yeah, well, I didn't. I was a big girl, and I'm not that tall to carry that much weight. I'm not. And it's, you know, but my channel was out there to help you to hear what I go through, what I go through every day, what things that I learn, and I share with you, because maybe what I learned, you won't have to wait as long to figure it out. And just tips and tricks. And now I'm throwing some recipes that I'm kind of, you know, things going on in my head. That's a bit crazy, but they do. I read cookbooks. Like I have put this out there before. I read cookbooks like books. I must have 500 cookbooks plus. I know it's an addiction, but I read them, and they're always in my head, flying around. And if I'm out and I see something, I'll be like, oh, there's a recipe for that, and I'll grab it. Do I ever make the recipe? Probably not. But I create these things in my head. Like you'll see that I was watching a video on stuffed cannoli bites, and I thought, oh, that seems too complicated to make these bites. But you know what? Why not just French toast? I can save a few points. It's easier. It was outstanding. And when I made the strata, the stuffed, the caprese strata, I was going to make French toast in a mug that day. And I wasn't jonesing for something sweet. I wanted something savory. And we have these beautiful Jersey tomatoes out now. We have fresh basil. And I thought, oh, I can go make a tomato caprese. And I just all thought, and I just went with it. So I have a lot of stuff going on in here. So, and when I talk, you'll see that sometimes things come out of order, and like, well, why would she go there? Because that's how her head works. So I apologize if my head's a little bit crazy. That's just how I am. But that is how my channel is out there to help people. It's not out to further my career, because Hollywood's going to be calling me up for anything, and I don't even want them to. I am just here being me, doing my thing, and hopefully you can benefit, and you guys listening to me and all your kind words inspire me to continue, because let me tell you, you know how hard it is every day to stay on plan. Do I have to remind you? I don't. Every day, I struggle with every meal. I want you to know that. Every meal, like yesterday was my son's 21st birthday party. Did I overeat? Absolutely. I overdrank. I had peach sangria, a lot of it. I counted 54 points for the day, but I didn't count the peach sangria because I forgot. Yeah. So that was 54 points of food. I had my cake, I had pulled pork, I had pretzel rods. No, pretzel rivets, little Philly, I'm a Philly pretzel girl, so I had rivets. I had a ton of rivets. So yeah, so I kind of, I gave it 54 points. I had weeklies left over. Yeah, but you know what? Am I going to be up this week? Might be. And it's life. And I want to say that in my channel. When I go on my video on Saturday after my weigh-in, if I'm up, I'm up. And I'm going to own it. And at this point, it's like you can't sit there and worry about everything always being positive. Sometimes you got to hear the negative. It's life. And that's how I raised my kids. They heard no. They had to. That's how life is. Life isn't perfect. Things don't get handed to you. You pretty much work for everything. And some people get handed things all the time, but you're not going to. That's how I roll here. I try to be. I don't want to be like, oh, she's Nancy negative. I'm not Nancy negative. I'm Nancy realistic. I'm Rachel realistic, because that's how life is. That's how this journey is, and that is what my channel is here. My channel is to be real life. This is how I roll. This is how ups and downs that I have. Life stinks most of the time, but we make the best of it. I mean, do I make lemons out of lemonade? Sometimes you got to. So that is what I should have called that lemons out of lemonade. That's what my channel should have been. But that's just, like, I don't want to be here. I share things with you that I find that I like. I will not share anything with you that I do not like, because just because they're out there, though people come to you, oh, could you share this with your, different products? I try them. In fact, you've seen Joan and I do lives on our, if you're a member of our Facebook group, WW Freestyling, you should be. I will hopefully remember to link that, because, I always forget to link stuff. But somebody will ask me, and then I'll link it. But we have a Facebook group. We have over 25,000 members, and we do taste tests, because companies reach out to us with their products, and because we have 25,000 people listening to our every word. So, and there's been a lot of things we've tried, a lot of things we didn't like. And I am not going to push a product that I don't like. It's not worth it to me, because some of this stuff isn't cheap. So I don't want to be throwing this stuff, no. If I like something, then absolutely. There's like Built Bars. We'll take Built Bars, for instance. I adore Built Bar. You cannot get Built Bars in the stores, unfortunately. It's only only online on their website. I adore Built Bars. They are 3 points worth of love and deliciousness. So yeah, I absolutely love them. So yeah, I will promote them. But there's the stuff that we were eating at one time, if you've seen a couple of our videos, it's bad. Just because it's, bottom line, just because it's low points doesn't always make it good. Yeah, so I'm not out here to be like the queen bee of things. I just, if I find something that, I told this to a couple companies, like they've reached out, I said, listen, I'll try it, but remember, if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. And they're fine with that, and they respect that, because it's like, I'm not going to just say something that I truly wouldn't buy myself. So why should I act, So it's more of a, and again, we might like different things. You might not like Built Bars. You might not like the things that I like. That's great. I mean, you don't have to like things I like, but I'm just saying I can't represent things that I don't like. And now that I joined with Amazon asked in different channels, if you put, if something that you recommend, you make a link, and then you link it in the bottom. And if people like the waffle iron, I link it with my ambassador or an affiliate code, and you don't pay any more for it. They just like we're representing them, and they give us a commission. They don't like back our channel or anything, and you're not upcharged. That was my thing. I said, they're upcharged. Why should you pay more? I remember back when I was a kid, no, I shouldn't say a kid, a teenager, there was a book. It was called Popular Club Plan, I think it was called. and you would have the catalog, and people would buy the catalog, and then you would get a commission on it. And I thought, oh yeah, it's a great thing. So I ordered a catalog. I think I was like 18, right out of high school, and I was in medical assistant school. That's what I wanted to do. I was a medical assistant for about 12 years before I got married. And I remember getting the catalog, and my aunt always used to buy from Popular Club Planet. And what was nice about Popular is you could pay like installments to wherever you bought. So I got the catalog, and I remember looking through it, and my aunt wanted to buy this thing for her wall. It was a big leaf thing. Or something. I remember looking through it, and I saw a product in there, and I'm thinking, that's expensive. I know I can get that cheaper somewhere else. So I'm thinking, I'm like, well, that was the whole idea of the catalog, is that whatever they would upcharge it, so they would pay you. Well, I'm like, I couldn't do it. I could not see her paying that for something that I know she can get cheaper somewhere else. So it's always been that way. So I'm just a person that, if I can get you a deal, I'm going to get you a deal. Because why not? We all like a deal. So I was one thing with Amazon. If they were going to upcharge, I wasn't going to do it. And they don't. So whether you go through my link or you don't, it's the same price. And that is what a great thing. That's the reason I do the affiliate program. But like I said, anything I share, it's definitely something that I use and definitely something that I like. So remember, you can't like everything. And you might like different things that I like. And you can share your stuff with me, and hey, maybe I'll try it. You never know. But that is what my channel is to really keep me in check, because if I have you guys looking at me, I am going to be a better me. That's it in a nutshell. That is that, and I didn't realize that when I made it, that how good it is for me. As much as I give to you guys, you give twofold back to me. You keep me in line, because I'm sure by now I would have not hit that 100 pounds if it wasn't for this channel. I absolutely don't believe I would, because it's the mindset. As long as you have that, and my mindset is to help you guys and to share and inspire people. And the fact that you look at what I'm doing makes me behave, makes me realize, you know what, yeah, I could have a bad day, but I'm not gonna have a bad week, because I have people depending on me to motivate them. So that's really, really, and it works. I mean, it's helped me. Like I said, I hit the 100 pounds. Crazy that was. I still can't wrap myself around losing 100 pounds. I can't. I still hasn't hit me yet. Somebody at church came up to me and said, congratulations. I'm like, on what? Like, you lost 100 pounds. I'm like, forgetting. Sorry about that. The phone rang. That I lost 100 pounds. I'm like, oh my God, I did. In clothes I wear, like I have this dress on, a size medium. And it wasn't like it was a tight medium. It fit really nice. And I was like, wow. And I love wearing this dress. It's kind of like I should take my picture in it. It should be my after picture. Maybe it will if I have time, but I like how I feel in a medium, and I'm happy, right? Like I said, I wish WW could say, you know what, Denise, you're good where you are. I'd be like, yay, because I am satisfied. I'm content. This next 10 pounds are going to be hard, but I'm hoping you guys are what propels me to that 10 pounds. I had 10.4 actually. So I need you guys. Don't desert Dish with D, because she needs you. And the third thing we want to share is tips. But I share tips all the time, but I can't think of tips right now. But the biggest tip I have is ask questions. Don't be afraid to write a question to somebody, either on their YouTube page, on the WW, if you're a WW subscriber, on the app, the coaches. Ask your leader at a meeting. Ask questions. Don't think your question's stupid. And I don't think any question is ever stupid, because sometimes you just don't understand it, or it just sounds funny. Because I ask questions all the time still, and here I am, going to be there 2 years in February. God, it's been a long time. Yeah, but and stick with your meetings. The meetings are important. Meetings will keep you motivated. When you get there and you get that pep talk and that pat on the back and get you going for the next couple days. Increase your activity. I don't exercise, but I do get my steps in. Not as much as I should with the dog right now, because I've been walking him, but I don't do any extra. But I didn't want exercise to be part of why I lost weight. I wanted to exercise because I lost weight, not to lose weight. Because I thought, what if I stop exercising? Then what's going to happen? Because if that's the cusp that makes you lose, and once you stop, your body's not nice. So I thought, that wasn't, I'm going to try to increase. I have my bike out, and I have yet to get to ride it because of the dog, but I'm going to try my best. So I've talked way longer than I wanted to, but it's a lot. So I just want to thank everybody in the collaboration for joining me on this little collab video that we put together, explaining our journeys and our channels. And I hope this helps a lot of you guys understand why we're here and what our mission is for you guys. And if you're coming from one of their channels, welcome. I hope you subscribe, and if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and hit the notification bell if you choose to have notifications. Sometimes notifications are funny because you don't always want to see the notifications, and I get that because I don't have my notifications on for a lot either. But that's all for me today. I will dish another day. This is going to go. This will be a Tuesday video because I'm going out tomorrow. I'm going down to the Eastern Shore with my family for the day, which will be Monday. But when you see this, will be yesterday. So I had a great time at the Eastern Shore yesterday. Yeah, I'm a little bit loopy. All right, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for keeping me on cue. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your subscription. This channel has really meant a lot to me, and it's personal because it's me, and I expose my weight loss journey and expose me, and I've try to be, like I said, I try to be open and honest with you guys as I can. I don't sugarcoat anything because this is real, and like I say, this is the hardest thing you're ever going to have to do is a weight loss journey. This is harder than anything I've ever done. Giving birth was a snap compared to this. Raising kids wasn't as hard as this because food is good. So thank you for being a Dish with D subscriber. Check out everybody else in the collaboration. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, and welcome to Dish with D. Have a great day. We will dish another day.